It's not a fun job, but in the end, it'll be worth it.
Good morning. Look at those clouds in the windows. So beautiful. So late yesterday, we finished up mudding all of the downstairs. I'm hoping it's dry. I put the dehumidifier on, so hopefully that helped dry everything out overnight. That'll be the big thing. Today I want to start sanding, so if everything's not dry, that's going to kind of put a damper on what I have plans for today. I'm hoping to get everything sanded today, and then we can go around, touch up mudding, and then do a final sand tomorrow. All right, dehumidifier is running. Looking around, let me shut the dehumidifier off. It's noisy. We are at 49% humidity. The last few mornings we've been at 40% humidity, so we better look around and make sure everything dried up, because I'm surprised it's still that humid in here and it didn't suck out more of the moisture. That all looks good. Maybe over there I see a wet spot on the bottom. Wet spot on the bottom, a little bit right there. Bummer. So yeah, we got dampness on the bottom. It's a lighter gray or a darker gray. That's still a little wet, but everything up high looks good. And just a few spots. The pantry is what we did last night, so let's see. A little bit there, but that looks good. Oof, that one, like 4 feet of it. That one, that one, that one. So a lot of it is dry, but not all of it, unfortunately. We have plenty to do to sand. We can start sanding. At least all the high stuff is done, so we can go around, get as much as we can get, and then maybe at the end of the day, the lower spots will be dry. But we also have this hallway that is dry because this was done the day before. So all this is dry. And up here. All right, so the more I'm looking around, the more damp mud I'm still seeing, which I don't like. But we're gonna start sanding what we can sand and see how it goes. When I was doing the bathroom, it worked out really good. Was sanding the corners first, and then going around and sanding everything. There's at least one corner that I can't sand, actually 3. The 2 in the pantry, and this end one, which I'm surprised. Not sure how this is gonna work out today. There's a lot more damp mud than I thought there would be.
Did you have the dehumidifier on?
Yeah, all night. All right, so I'm gonna stop in this corner and then work my way out and around and get as many of the corners done as I can. I think there's 3 that I can't sand right now. It's gonna be really warm today, so once it starts warming up a little bit, we're gonna open the garage door and get some of that heat inside here. And hopefully that'll help dry out everything. All right, we got Gina, her nice fancy bathroom door to keep the dust out. And now we get to start making some noise. That lets some light in. Really nice. It's really nice not having to get up on a ladder. That makes a big difference. Be able to do it all from the floor. Big time saver. since I'm working in such a tight and narrow area, I'm gonna go around and get all the low stuff, or as high up as I can reach without the extension. Then I'll put the extension on and go back around and get all the high stuff. Like if I have that longer wand on, I'll just be whacking the wall. And I don't want to be making more nicks that I need to go back and fix.
I am upstairs. I'm actually in the cubby hole, or almost in the cubby hole in the upstairs. So I have some peel and stick flooring that we had left over. Measured these distance. So I'm just gonna stick this on here and see if I can do this.
Get everything up high is a good upper body workout. I just went around and got all the high stuff done with the extension on the sander. So now we can take that off, get the lower stuff, and it was getting really dusty. I have never gotten this much sanding dust on me, especially my legs. Well, I found out the filter was plugged. I tried getting a new one, but they were all out of stock of them. So I wasn't able to get a new one the other day. So what I ended up doing is just taking the filter out, and that solved the issue. We have the bags inside of the vacuum, so you don't need a filter in as long as you have the vacuum bags. So now we're not blowing dust out. It's all going in the bag. So that's good. I'm thinking we just didn't have enough suction with the filter being plugged.
So I used up all the vinyl peel and stick that I had for the closet or the cubby hole so far. I will bring more next time I come or when I have time to do it again, but I think it's coming along really good.
and I'm not making a ton of noise. It is so peaceful up here, other than the wind blowing. So sure you can hear that in the mics, but you hear the birds chirping, the leaves rustling. It's just so nice. It'll be nice when we're not up here working full time and we're living up here full time to enjoy it more. All right, everything's got its first sanding. I'm gonna go around and see what I need to touch up with some mud, get those areas touched up. I shouldn't say everything's sanded. Everything that we can sand is sanded. There was one strip over where we were putting the TV, the bottom like 4 or 5 feet was wet, and then all in the pantry is still wet. So I'll have to do that tomorrow, which will be in the same video. I'm not gonna touch up right now the areas that need to get touched up. It is the next morning. I'm hoping everything is dry. I got the dehumidifier running. Yep. So let's go and check and see if it's all dried up. So 49% humidity. That's still kind of high. I'm kind of surprised it's not cooler than that. So this joint, I wrote on it yesterday, from here down was soaking wet. That's nice and dry. The big one is going to be in here. Here's my light. It's looking good. That still might be. No, that's hard. It's just a shadow. So it looks like we are good and all this can get sanded. I think what I'm going to do is I started skim coating yesterday. So from this joint all the way over here is skim coated. And then we have the hallway and all upstairs skim coated. So I am thinking I will finish skim coating down here. We have the rest of this wall, and then up over here to do. And I'll get all that done before I get too dusty. And then I can start sanding, and it's supposed to be almost 90 today. So I'm thinking that the rest of this should dry. And I'm hopeful that we can get this all done today, skim coated, and the skim coat sanded. And then we can start priming in the next video. That is my goal. Because I don't know about you, but I'm sick of mud. I'm sure you are too. So, yeah, let me get set up. I'll get everything mixed up and we'll get to work. It is nice having a garage door in the kitchen. We're really gonna like this. All right, before I forget, I want to get this area sanded, and then I can skim coat this whole joint. So if I skip it, I'll probably forget about it until we stop trying. The nice thing about the skim coat is it goes nice and quick, which is good. And it should dry pretty good. Well, it's already starting to set up. This is the last seam we get to skim coat, which is good. That means I go back in the closet, as I call it, the pantry, and sand that. I'd much rather be skim coating than sanding. I don't know how well this is showing up, but this is the second joint I did today. And look at that. That's dry. That's just a little bit wet still, all the way up. That's a little wet. So I'm hoping that shortly, like by the time I'm done sanding in there and then sanding everything else that I put my skim coats on yesterday, this should be dry and I can have this all done. That's the goal. I got you your own sanding pad.
It's kind of creepy that you're waiting for me to have a bathroom. A sanding pad?
Yeah, now we gotta go around and hand sand.
That's your girl. Is that why you really bought this?
Yeah, one for me, one for you.
I'm planting. I'm sorry.
Aww. Aww.
Maybe next time.
I guess I'm doing this part alone. Now I want to go around and hand sand everything. We put a third and final coat on. I just find that hand sanding, it gives a better look. It's definitely not as fun because you get pretty dusty doing it, but in the end it's worth it.
So I just figured out exactly what I was going to do for the rest of the bed. So this is going, or has cucumbers in the back, some beans. This bed right here is going to have some beets, and it goes good with brassicas. So I'm going to do my broccoli and my cauliflower here. my next project is to transform this hill right here into flocks, so that will take over and then we won't have to mow here. So wish me luck.
All right, this is the last little section I have to sand other than the pantry, but the pantry I just checked is not dry. This skim coat came out really nice. I'm just knocking it down real quick with a 220 block, and it's looking good. I'm happy with it. So yeah, it's not a fun job, but in the end it'll be worth it. All right, we got the fun part done, the sanding. That's not fun, but neither is this stage, the cleaning up. It even got a little dusty in the bathroom. So Gina's gonna sweep up everything. I'm gonna go around with a sponge, damp sponge, and wipe down all the walls from top to bottom. And then that should do it. Look at the mess you made in there.
I didn't do this.
Are you sure? You're the one.
But it's gonna look better than the last time you were in here.
It sure will.
Yeah.
You're the one standing in the mess, so I think you made it. No. Well, that feels good. All the mudding is done and it's all picked up.
I know it's so hard work doing all this mudding, or at least watching you do all this mudding. Just kidding.
It's just a mess.
Cleaning up, that's just no fun. It's really dusty and stuff, but it's done now. Like every single step it's gonna be more exciting kitchen
Right,
stuff.
now we get to start getting the primer on and then it'll really get cleaned up. So the dirty part is done and that feels good.